Here, one problem we have, one body is projected with 40 meter per second initial velocity and the angle of projection is 45 degree. This body is projected from the height of 2 meter from the ground. This is the ground. From ground 2 meter it is being projected, and what you have to find is its horizontal distance from the point of projection when it hits the ground. Correct, no? When it hits the ground. So you have to find this r. Let us take r, or let us take x. Y means I need to find the value of x travelled by this particle along this dash. This is the point, x distance it has travelled. Correct, no? And look at here, from origin at this point when it is hitting at the ground, its position will be x comma y. What is x? From the origin this distance is x. This distance is x. What is y distance? Don't you think y distance will be minus 2? Y distance from the origin is minus 2. Correct? No? So when these two things are given, it is very it makes us easier to solve. See here. I know the value of x, I need to find the value of y. So from trajectory equation, y is equal to x tan theta minus g divided by 2 u square cos square theta into x square. Are you getting that? Here, I know the value of y, how much? Y is equal to minus 2 meter, g is equal to, let us take 10 meter per second square for our easy consideration. Then, let us take u is equal to, how much? 40 meter per second, and theta is equal to 45. What we can find? We can find x. See. This is minus 2 meter. Minus 2 meter means minus 2 is equal to x into tan 45 minus 10 divided by 2 into 40 whole square into cos square theta. Cos square 45 degree into x square. Cos square 45 degree into x square. Got it? If you solve for this, tan 45 is 1. This will become minus 2 is equal to x minus, this is 1600. 1600 into 2. That is how much? 3200. 3200 cos 45. This is 1 by 2. So here 1 by 2, this 1 by 2, this 1 by 2. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2, cos square 45 degree will be 1 by 2. Cos 45 degree is 1 by root 2. Cos square 45 degree is 1 by 2. Here 1 by 2, here 2. So these 2 will get cancelled. So what will be remaining? 10 divided by 1600 into x square. 10 divided by 1600 into x square. 1 0 is getting cancelled. So this will become 159. What now? So what I can do? This one I can write it as minus 2 is equal to 160x minus x square whole divided by 160. Whole divided by 160. I believe I will write again somewhere. Correct now? Let me write here. I'm going to rub this. This is minus 2 is equal to 160x minus x square divided by 160. So this will become minus 320 will be equal to 160x minus x square. X square is equal to minus 60x minus 160 equation t is equal to 0. Got it, now? So using, now find out the root here. To find out the roots, minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Using this, find out the roots of this equation. You will find the value of x. You will find the value of x as nearly 162 meter. One positive value, one negative value will get. So the nearest answer you will get 162 meter. This is the answer. See here, one question we have. One body is projected with initial velocity u with angle of projection theta, and it is having a range r and maximum height h. Find the average velocity of a particle between its point of projection, that is from point O, and highest point of trajectory. Highest point of trajectory is this point. So what you need to find? You need to find the average velocity from this point to this point. You need to find average velocity from this point to this point. How to find? What is average velocity? Average velocity is given by total displacement divided by total time. Let us take this point as A. So you look at this line. What is the total displacement? Let us draw one line. If I draw one line, OA is the total displacement, and the time taken from particle to reach from point O to A. This is the highest point. Time of ascent is the total time. Time of ascent is the total time. So let us find total displacement. This is OA is total displacement. If I take S here, this is H from this right angle triangle. This will become what? This will become R by 2. This distance will become R by 2. So you can write S square is equal to H square plus R square by 4, or S is equal to root of H square plus R square by 4. Are you understanding? Correct? This is the formula for displacement. Time taken to complete the half, time of ascent. Time taken, if I take time taken as t, time of ascent or t is equal to u sin theta divided by g. Or the time taken to travel here, let us take how much? Sorry. TA, time of ascent, is nothing but total time divided by 2. Time of flight divided by 2. So which will be equal to 2u sin theta by g, 2. So it will become u sin theta by g. TA is equal to u sin theta by g. That is time of. So average velocity is equal to S by TA. Average velocity is how much? S by TA. Let us find H and R. So I am going to rub this. H is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. R is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. So if I substitute here root of h square u square sin square theta by 2g whole square plus u square sin square theta divided by u square 2 theta divided by g whole square. Correct, no? This is the value of x. Whole divided by 4. So it's here 1 sin theta. Here what I can do? This 4, if I take inside, this 4, if I take inside, it will become 2 because square is there. Square is there. I will take it inside. Got it now? I will take it inside. So here, S is equal to again, what will happen? This is square. Root of u square sin square theta divided by 2g whole square. This is r square by 2 means r by 2 whole square. I can write this, you see, this I am going to write 2 into u square sin theta into cos theta divided by 2g whole square divided by 2g. See here u square sin theta 1 sin theta 2g. I will take common. If I take common, keep remember this. I will take common. If I take this to common, what will happen? S is equal to take common. So root of u square sin theta divided by 2g whole square. Both sides I am taking common. U square sin theta. So the remaining will be sin theta whole square plus u square sin theta divided by 2g. I have taken common. Square is there both on side. I have taken common. If I take common, only sin theta is left inside the square. Sin theta whole square here. What is left? 2 into cos theta whole square is left. S is equal to root of these things will be u square sin theta by 2g into root of sin square theta plus 2 cos square theta. Not 2 cos square theta, 4 cos square theta. So displacement u square sin theta by 2g. This can be written as 1 minus cos square theta plus 4 cos square theta. Because sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Sin square theta is 1 minus cos square theta. Sin square theta is 1 minus cos square. So V average I will write here. It is very important for me. V average was S by TL. I am finding S. S is how much? U square sin theta divided by 2g. This will become the root of 1 minus 3 cos square theta. 1 minus 3 cos square theta. This is the value of S. Once I know the value of S, time of ascent is u sin theta by g. U sin theta by g. This equation divided by this equation. What it will give? I will write. V average is equal to how much? U square sin theta by 2g 1 plus 3 cos square theta. Three cos square theta whole divided by u sin theta by g. G getting cancelled. 1 u is getting cancelled. Sin theta is getting cancelled. What is remaining? Average velocity will be equal to u by 2 into root of 1 plus 3 cos square theta. 1 plus 3 cos square. Very extended problem. This is the answer. Average velocity from the highest point to point of projection is u by 2 into root of 1 plus 3 cos square theta. Now make the diagram and solve this. Then only you understand. Just don't listen. You have to write a notes of this. So we will deal about horizontal projectile motion. What is that? Horizontal projectile motion. What do you mean by horizontal projectile motion? Let us take one point O. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. Got it up? Here I am projecting a body. Imagine this is ground. This is having height h. Correct? If I project a body with initial velocity u horizontally from height h from the ground, what will happen? It will make a path like this and it will fall on the ground. Yes or no? It will make a path like this, it will fall on the ground. So this motion, where the projection of the particle sorry, this has to be like this. It cannot be like this inside. It has to fall. Correct? See here. What is horizontal projectile motion? If you are projecting a body such that angle of projection is 0. If you are projecting a body such that angle of projection is 0, that type of projectile motion is called horizontal projectile motion. Here, see, the initial velocity of the particle is along x-axis. It is along x-axis. So here, what are the conditions here? Angle of projection will become 0. That is the first condition. Velocity along x-axis, initial velocity will be equal to u only, whatever you are throwing. Correct now? Velocity along y-axis, it is how much? 0. See, I am taking y-axis as downward positive. Why? Because this point of projection, the particle is moving like this. So this side I am taking positive downward and this side as positive x-axis. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. Because the particle is moving along x and downward. That is why to make sign conventions very easier, I am taking downward as positive. Imagine it is having height h. Now, what are the conditions? These are the conditions which will happen along horizontal projectile motion. Here, acceleration acting along x is 0. Ay acting is downward. This is y, Ay is acting downward. And these are the three conditions which will happen in projectile motion. Angle of projection will be 0. And the initial velocity of projection along x-axis will be equal to its initial velocity. Along y-axis, initial velocity. See, if you are throwing an object like this, what is its velocity along uy? It will be 0. It will be 0. Correct now? Ux will be equal to, that is one. Let us find, this is Let's say range of the projectile, if I am throwing, what is the range from this point along x-axis? This is height of the projectile. H is the height of the projectile. We are going to find each one of them. First, let us find position of the projectile. Position of a point in projectile motion. Position of point in projectile. Let us consider one point. This point is having position x comma y. Correct, no? X comma y. Let's say the particle has reached from point O to this point. Let's say this point P having position x comma y, and it reaches at point P in time t. In time t. What is its position means? From origin draw one line. This is one position R. This is a position vector. So position vector is given by xi cap plus yj cap. This formula I didn't write in oblique projectile motion. Even there also you can write. The position point P is given by position vector R. How much? Xi cap plus yi cap. What is x here? This distance is x. Distance from the origin along x-axis to the point P is x. What is y distance from the origin? Whatever distance you are measuring, this is y. This is y. Correct? No? So position R is x plus x square plus y square. Correct? No? So here mod of R will be root of x square plus y square. Or this I didn't write first in the oblique projectile motion because it was very difficult for you to understand it. Now you can get sense. Displacement along x, displacement along y will give you position vector. In terms of vector, now I am writing in projectile motion. So there also you can write in oblique projectile previous, but very starting if I write, I find you are unable to understand. So I first explained along x-axis, along y-axis separately I have written. That to magnitude, I have written the value of x and value of y. Here let us find, here I am writing in terms of vectors because already I have dealt oblique projectile motion. So this is the way usually I will write. Position is given by r, this is the value. So r magnitude is given by this one. So our job is to find x and y. Let us find x. X is what? X is ux into time t. Here x is ux into t, or x will become u into t. Why? U is the initial velocity which is horizontally projected. Ux will be equal to u here. Next y. Y there is a problem. Why? Along y observe, if you observe along y there is an acceleration acting. So y will be equal to uyt plus half gt square. In this case, what is 0? Uy is 0. This equation u is equal to half gt square. Let us take this equation as. This is the position of y in terms of t. This is the position of y in terms of t. Now what is the position vector? What is the length of this line? The length of the line joining the origin to point P. What is the position? Same thing you can use for oblique projectile motion. There only the thing is this will become minus half gt square because I will be taking upside as positive, acceleration will be downward, so object will be moving up first. Correct now? So only that is the difference. So see here, what I can write? Here r is equal to root of x square plus y square. What is x square? ut whole square plus half gt square whole square. So no, this is one way of writing x. This is the position. Correct? No? You can take certain common thing and position vector can be written as, what is that? This direction is the j cap, this direction I have taken I cap. Position vector x is ut I cap plus G into T. Where is that G into T? Half GT square. J. This is the position vector. Got it? Huh? This is the position vector. Second one will take velocity of particle in any time t. What is the velocity of particle in any time t? So velocity of particle in any time t, I have not written any, no problem. I want to find velocity at this point. If I want to find velocity at this point, I will draw one tangent line. This is V. Correct? Huh? This is the V at the point P. This is V at point P. These conditions I am going to rub. You must know this. These conditions I am going to rub. You must know this. Or let me write here. What are those conditions I have written? Theta angle of position is 0. Ux is equal to U. Uy is equal to 0. These are the three conditions. Correct? Huh? Now let us make this point very clear. This is point P in time t having position x comma y. Got it now? Now what I am doing, this is the velocity v. I will draw two lines. One is along x axis, one is along y axis. If I take this angle alpha, this is the velocity direction at point P. And this will be Vx, this will be Vy. This is the point P. This is point P. Correct? Huh? Now see here. This velocity direction is making angle alpha with x. That is just to find direction. Correct? Huh? I want to find velocity of a particle at this point. What is its velocity? Vector V can be written as Vx I cap plus Vy j cap, or mod is equal to magnitude of vector is Vx square plus Vy square. Vx square plus Vy square. Same thing. What is Vx here? Vx, there is no acceleration acting. So Ay, there is an acceleration acting downward. G, which is downward. So A acceleration is not acting. Vx will be equal to Ux, which will be equal to U. So Vx is equal to U. This is one equation. Correct? No? This is equation 1. That's it. Next, Vy. Observe. Vy is the velocity here. Now observe along y axis. Along y axis, Vy will be equal to Uy plus A into T. That is G into T. That is G into T. So Uy is equal to 0. This equation, what it will happen? Vy will become, this is 0, G into T. This is equation 2. Correct now? This is equation 2. So, V magnitude value will become root of Vx square plus V square. What is Vx? U. U square plus G square T square. U square plus G square T square. This is the value which happens along in any position time t. Got it? This is the value. Speed of the particle becomes in time t. Direction I will tell later for magnitude. Now I will find the velocity of particle in time t at position x comma y. At position x comma y. This is C. I will find velocity at a position x comma y. Same diagram I am going to take. Vector v is equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap. Same thing. Vx I cap plus vy j cap. Then I can write, what is that? V is equal to root of vx square plus vy square. Root of vx square plus vy square. Then what we can write? V is equal to Vx. I want to write in terms of x and y. Vx is equal to Ux, which will be equal to U1. Again, so Vx will be equal to U. This is equation 1. This is along x-axis, which it is happening. Along x-axis, which it is happening. Correct, no? Along. If you look along y-axis, what you will get? Vy square minus uy square is equal to 2 into g into h. It is not h, it has to be position y. It has to be position y. This one. At this point Vy, at the point P, velocity is v. What is the distance along y? Distance along y is u. Sorry, y. Distance along y is y. At point P. This is point P. Hold on. Now, v square y minus u square. V square minus u square is equal to 2as, because I want in terms of displacement. Here uy is 0. Given condition, initial velocity is 0 along y-axis. So vy square is equal to 2gy. Let us take this equation as. From equation 1 and 2, root of what is Vx square? Sorry, this has to be Vx square. What is Vx square? Vx square is u square plus. What is Vy square? Vy square is 2gy. Yes or no? So Vy square is 2gy, u square plus 2gy. Here v square I am taking, here Vx I am taking. Vx is equal to u means Vx square is equal to u square. Vy square value itself 2gy. So this will become 2g. This is the velocity of a particle at any point having position x, y. One thing you can observe, again I am telling, velocity is changing because of the displacement along y. X is not disturbing its velocity. If you are taking the object along x, that x is not disturbing the velocity. Who is disturbing? The motion along y is disturbing the total velocity, resultant velocity of the object, or any velocity at any point of the object. Got it now? This is one thing. Direction. If you want to find the direction, find it out. Direction is given by tan alpha is equal to tan alpha opposite by base. Opposite by base. Opposite by base. Opposite by base. That is Vy divided by Vx. This is the direction, or alpha is equal to tan inverse of, it will give direction, Vy divided by Vx. Now Vy and Vx we already calculated. Vy and Vx already we calculated here. What do you know? So this is about velocity. Next, time of flight. What is this time of flight? Time of flight. Time taken by an object to reach ground. Time taken by an object to reach ground. Or along x-axis, time taken to complete this part, time taken to complete. Along y-axis, time taken to complete the journey of h. Focus only on y-axis. The time taken by the particle to complete its journey means If I take this point as A, the particle will travel from this point to A. So if the particle is making like this journey, the time taken to travel by the particle from point O to A along this path will be equal to time taken by the particle to reach from point O to this point, that is ground, along y-axis. Correct? No? If I find the time t for this, that will be total time of flight. So here along y, using s is equal to ut plus half at square. Observe along y. Along y, this will become h. H is equal to uyt plus half gt square or tf square. UGTF, total time of flight. Correct now? Here uy is 0, so h is equal to half gtf square. So tf will become root of 2h by g. This is the time of flight which happens in horizontal projectile motion. This is the time of flight which happens in horizontal projectile motion. What is that? Tf is equal to root of 2h by g. Got it done? This is what? Are you understanding? Let us find along y axis. Along y. Horizontal range. Horizontal range. Range of the projectile, look along x-axis. If you look along x-axis, using equation v is equal to x by t, I can write s by t. Along x-axis, observe along x-axis, no, look along x-axis. X will be equal to ux into tf, that is x is equal to ux into t, or directly you know that x is equal to ux into t. This equation will become r is equal to u into tf. Yes or no? U into tf. What is tf? Total, for total time of flight, this will become r. Ux is equal to u. So r is equal to u into root of 2h by g. Because tf is root of 2h by g. Where h is the height of the projectile which I am making projection from ground. Got it now? This will be the time of flight. This will be the time of flight. Next, let us find trajectory of the equation. What is that we are going to find? Trajectory of the projectile motion. Trajectory of the projectile motion. Trajectory means you need to find the path followed by this projectile motion. Path followed by this projectile motion. Technically, mathematically, when I am talking about equation of the line, I am going to find, I told you before only, what is that? The relation between x and y. I am going to find the relation between x and y. So, I will find the relation between x and y here. So, what I will write? First I will write the equation for x, then I will write the equation for y. Then I will try to combine them. If I talk along x-axis, If I talk along x axis, x is equal to u into t at a particular time. Yes or no? X is equal to u into t. Along y axis, if I talk, y is equal to half gt square. Previously I told, correct? No? Half gt square at a particular time. From equation 1 and 2, I can write y is equal to, I will substitute t because I want the relation between y and x. If I give the relation between y and x, that is the equation of the projectile motion. Equation of a line of the projectile motion, or equation of path followed by the, mathematically I am finding equation of line. That line is nothing but path of the projectile motion. So y is equal to half into g into t. What is the t? X square by u square. Correct now? So y is equal to gt by 2 u square into x square. Y is equal to ax square or kx square, let us say, where k is the constant given by k is equal to g divided by, sorry I am unable to write here, k is equal to g divided by 2u square. Are you understanding? 2u square. This is about value. So observe this. Y is equal to kx square is a parabolic equation. Y is equal to x square is parabolic equation. From this equation, trajectory is parabola. This is a parabolic line mathematically. The path followed will be parabola. This is not complete parabola, half parabola. That is why you got y is equal to kx square or ax square. Otherwise, you were supposed to get in previous oblique projectile motion, you got complete parabola. You could say that it was ax square minus bx or ax minus bx square. Correct? No? This is also one equation of parabola. Only quadrantal parabola. Correct? No? Only half part, or not quadrantal, half part of the thing is parabola. Got it? So this is very important, which already discussed in the oblique projectile motion. Got it now? So this is about projectile motion. We will take some 3 or 4 numericals in the next class. And inclined projectile motion I will take. So after taking that, try to solve more numericals on projectile motion. This makes the completion of projectile motion. Only 2 topics will be remaining: circular motion and relative velocity in vectors. If I finish that, motion in a plane topic will be finished. Got it now? So practice the things whenever I am listening the YouTube classes. Please make sure that hold pencil and pen, or sorry, pen and notebook, and write down whatever I am saying, whatever the things I am telling. Because these things, whatever I am telling, it will not go into your mind very easily. You have to write and analyze it, then only it gets into your mind. Got it now? Thank you guys.